We talk to our kids all the time. We talk about them, how cute they are, how wonderful they are. Oh, let me tell you what my kiddos did. But how often do we talk like to our kids?
All the time.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. But
Yeah.
statistically, people aren't talking to their babies and toddlers enough.
Oh, so you're talking about little children now.
Yes.
Because I have a high schooler in the house.
Yeah, well, we should be talking to our infants and toddlers like you talk to your high schooler. Maybe not with the content, no algebra, but talking to them saying, hi, good morning, how are you? Oh, I love you. Talking directly to them.
So are you talking more than baby talk?
Yes.
So it's not the goo goo gaga
No,
kind of thing.
That's a beautiful thing, but no.
It's having a conversation.
Actual
right?
conversations like you would have with a person, because it's going to help them in the future to read better and relate and have conversations. Even if they can't talk back, even if they may not understand you, they will have a better understanding when they're ready to talk.
Because they mimic what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a lot of sense. And that's what we did with our kids. We just talked normal to them. Not the baby talk kind of thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that was our parenting style.
I did a mix of both, but I always continued to talk to them. Always, because I talk a lot. And so
Really?
I was home by myself with my two kids, and I just talked to them like they were the only people in the room, because they were my only conversation. So we had full out conversations, and it turned out it helped them to read better and relate better. And statistics show we don't do that enough. So
Hey, I'm reading better right now just sitting here. Thank you.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So there's this thing about how you talk to your babies. Meaning that when they're babies and they're toddlers, while doing the baby talk is okay, they're really encouraging speak like you're speaking to another adult, because it helps them in the long run as they develop as a child.
and doing it more often, because a lot of times we talk about them, but we don't necessarily talk to them, looking them in the eyes, having conversations with us. And you might not think they hear you or understand you, but they are learning, and that's huge.
Some texts are coming in at 800-447-7234.
Yeah, Charla said, and read to them as well. Read anything. It helps with that developmental language process. And she is an educator and specialist in early childhood development. So that makes a lot of sense.
She's got some knowledge packed up in there. Here's an open mic that came in. This is through the My HISRadio app.
I mean, I'll be a little biased because it's my kid, but I spoke with him when he was a baby, just like he was a regular person. I did baby talk, but I also spoke with him like he was a regular person, using regular sense instruction, regular vocabulary. And he was reading when he was 3. In preschool, he was the only kid who could read and knew all the shapes and colors. And in kindergarten, he's tested 99th percentile in the state.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
99% in the States.
That's the goal right there.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
The act of sending out a Christmas card has gone extinct. I don't think it's a thing anymore. Seriously.
Well, it's not a thing at my house.
Yeah,
For
right?
sure.
So we stopped a couple of years ago. We're like, we barely get anything anymore when it comes to Christmas cards. Why even do the effort of sending them out? Because they don't. I got one this year, and that's it. And it was from Mary, who's one of the receptionists at His Radio.
I love that.
That's
that she
really
still wrote
nice.
it, and she wrote a little note
And
in
even
there.
wrote a note on the inside. How great is that?
That's special to me.
Yeah.
So I am getting them. I'm at the age where I've got a lot of friends with kids, and I'm getting the pictures. So like, they'll have their family picture made, and it's got a generic note on the back. Maybe they sign it, maybe they don't. Maybe they're pre-mailed, and they come. And I do enjoy receiving them, because we put holes in them, and then we pray for a family a week.
Oh, good for you.
And flip it to the next week, until we get through the whole stack of cards. So
that's a good use of doing that.
yeah, if you
I like
send
that.
me a card, you're going to get prayed for. If you don't send me a card, I'm okay with it, because I ain't got the time to send you one.
Or pray.
I know I got the time to pray, but I don't have the time to send you one. I don't. And by the time I'm thinking, oh, we need to take a Christmas family picture, it's like March. And then I'm like, oh, we'll do that next Christmas. And then it's March again.
Yeah, right?
So it just doesn't happen.
For me, it doesn't at all. And I don't know what the Christmas card situation is for you and your family. Some people do it well. But for the most part, I really think it's an extinct thing. It's not a thing anymore.
We have one friend that every year will send us a card, and it'll have like a joke or some pun or something ridiculous in it. And we look forward to her card every single year.
Has it come?
Mm-hmm. Of course it has.
Good.
And I appreciate them so much. But there's just so much going on in our lives to sit down and write notes to individuals and then mail them out. It's so much effort.
Well,
it's
that's
so
a good
loved.
thought, and I think that would be the case for Carolyn. But I think for the most part, it's texting, it's email, it's social, it's all the things that now our life is invested in. It seems like that all the greetings go out on that.
Yeah. You put your family photo on your Facebook or your Instagram, and you're like, Merry Christmas, all.
Right?
Done.
And
no postage
and gone are the
necessary.
days of birthday cards too, because I do all my birthday greetings on Facebook.
Oh, absolutely not. If you know and love me, you are going to get me a birthday card. That's totally different.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I really am feeling for those who are in the Christmas card business, because it doesn't seem like a lot of them go out anymore. It's Rob and Liz in the morning. Carolyn in for Liz. This is His Radio. An open mic came in about this, as a matter of fact, about the whole thing about sending out cards. The open mic is from the My HISRadio app.
I'm part of the Angel Card Project, and I send about 80 to 100 cards each year. I've started 3 years ago. If you look on Facebook for the Angel Card Project, you can send cheer to lots and lots of people.
I love that you do that. And that's a lot of cards that you're sending out yourself.
Yeah. Tina texted in. You can always text in at 800-447-7234. And she said she sends out Christmas cards every year because her doing a little extra gives someone a little something in the mail and lets them know they've been thought of.
These Christmas cards seem to be so rare now that when I get one, I'm like, this is great. I got a Christmas card.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Yeah, it does make me a little
It's a big
happy.
thing. Jasmine's here at 800-447-7234. What about you, Jasmine?
I just kind of wanted to add something to the subject you were talking about, sending Christmas cards.
Oh, so glad you called. Well, what are you thinking?
Okay, well, I have a lot of older relatives don't have social media at all. So I definitely send Christmas cards to my older relatives. And they call me, and if they say, hey, I'm not sending cards, they call me and say, Merry Christmas, thank you for the Christmas card. And I have a sister-in-law that create a letter of what her 2 kids and her husband have done. Not everybody does social media, but it is a cool way to get Merry Christmas out to everybody at one time.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So here's this guy. He's at the Portland Rescue Mission. He was homeless at one time. He works for the rescue mission now. He works really hard. He was going through all the piles of donations that were coming in to the rescue mission. And as he's looking, he sees this gold pair of shoes. Really interesting. So he brought it to the guy who's the director of the Portland Rescue Mission. Come to find out that these shoes were really unique. They happened to be a gold pair of Air Jordans that were exclusively made for the film director Spike Lee.
And they just found them there?
Somebody anonymously donated these shoes to the rescue shelter. And so now they have the opportunity to put these up for auction and get a lot of money to fund the rescue mission in Portland.
The shoes are worth like $20,000.
That's what they think they'll go for in the auction.
That's incredible. And what an amazing opportunity for them to raise that much money for this mission, putting it back into the community and helping more homeless people.
Right? It's so good. And these are like classic number 1 Air Jordans, and they're very unique because they were made for one person. And now they're in the hands of the Portland Rescue Mission, and they're going to put them up for auction.
Well, so when do they go up for auction?
Oh, and tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't have $20,000.
I know, right?
Nor do I have a need for a pair of 12.5 shoes, but
Well,
they are really cool looking.
They do look cool. I don't collect things, so I have no desire to have anything like this, but I think it's somebody's going to want these.
Absolutely.
And we'll spend a good amount of dime for them. And on top of that, support the rescue mission in Portland.
Which is really what's important, right? I mean, we're supporting a great cause, getting a great piece of memorabilia, and think about, Think about what good that's going to do in the community.
Yeah, it will.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So IKEA has come out with this massive meatball. You know, you go shopping. Like, we make a special trip to IKEA just to go into the cafe, eat, and then shop the rest of the day. Do you ever do that?
Never been.
And you've never been to IKEA?
Never been to an IKEA in my life. I don't know the experience. I've only heard people talk about it like you.
Bless. So one of the best experiences are the Swedish meatballs. My husband loves them. And so you can take a bag to go or you can eat them there. But now they have created this masterpiece, and it is a giant meatball the size of like a Christmas turkey. So picture
Really?
the Christmas turkey in the center and exchange that with a giant meatball.
Okay, now all I have is a meatball that looks like a turkey in my head. Can we compare it to like a basketball or volleyball or something?
Yeah, no, it's bigger.
It's bigger than a basketball?
Yes. It's huge.
That's a big a meatball.
Yes, it is. And it even comes with a side of the little Swedish jelly accompaniment. I don't know, like whatever they put on the side of your plate when you order the Swedish meatballs. It comes with that Swedish jelly. And you just have to add the trimmings, and you have an entire Christmas dinner.
So they make meatballs that you don't put in spaghetti?
They're Swedish meatballs.
I don't know the difference.
Well,
Except
Swedish
for you said
meatballs
that there's
are from
jelly on them.
Sweden.
Well,
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
this is crazy.
What is
This is really crazy. So they have this 12-foot statue of Abraham Lincoln. This is in Kentucky. And he had a top hat on. He had like this hat on. It's a bronze statue. Somebody climbed up this 12-foot thing, the structure of Abraham Lincoln, and took the hat.
like a bronze
They stole the
structure?
bronze hat. Yeah. They stole the bronze hat off of Abraham Lincoln.
Were they trying to play Monopoly with it?
It seems like it, right? So how crazy is that? Plus, it's heavy. So why would somebody want to go climb a 12-foot structure of Abraham Lincoln and steal the hat?
It
off
had to
the
be a
thing?
joke, right? It had to be like a practical joke.
You would think. But college is out, so it can't be a college thing, you know?
Uh-huh. What is it then?
Who knows?
Oh, you don't know?
Somebody stole it. I can't tell you the rest of the story.
It's going to come out. There's going to be a giant game in Monopoly, and they're going to be like, look,
That's what you
we have
think
the
it
hat.
is, huh?
It's on go. What else would you do with a giant hat?
Well, I never thought of Monopoly, but Harlan has.
Next thing you know, there's going to be a bronze little dog and a bronze little horse somewhere else, and they're all going to end up on this
They
Monopoly
got to
board.
scour the country to find those statues for a big Monopoly
That's what
board.
they're going to do.
That's a really nice theory.
You really don't know what happened to this hat?
No, someone stole it. That's what I'm telling you.
They haven't found it?
No.
There's
not
not
that I know of.
an APB out? Like, this is a big deal.
Of course there is.
Oh.
They're looking for it. They just don't know who took it and where it is.
Or why? There's no cameras?
Hey, you know?
There's a camera on everything in this country.
It
How
seems
is there not
like
a camera?
it, right?
I'm very confused at this point.
Okay.
I thought that this was a solved story that you were going to tell me how it ended.
No, they need to find it. So that's all. It's missing.
We can't end like this.
I'm sorry.
My heart is hurting. Abraham Lincoln is missing his hat.
It's a cliffhanger.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Florence is real feisty. She loves football and she likes firefighters.
Okay.
She just turned, are you ready for this? Last Saturday, 105 years old, sharp as a whip, and the only way that she wanted to celebrate her birthday on Saturday was to watch her favorite football team, the Cincinnati Bengals, play and win, which they did, and spend it with firefighters watching the game, and she did it.
So her bucket list completely checked off at 105 years old. Like, yes, I watched a game with firemen, and the Bengals won, which was her team, which is pretty impressive. At 105 years old, just this is what I'm going to do for my birthday. I guess you've done everything else by then.
Yeah, by 105,
She
you
probably-
would think so,
Probably
right?
jumped out of a plane last year.
Or this year. You never know. By 106, I want to jump out of a plane.
You do?
Why not? Who, me?
Yeah.
I want to, okay, you want to know one thing I want to do before I
Yes.
pass away?
Yes.
I've done a bunch of triathlons and
Uh-huh.
marathons and stuff in my life.
Uh-huh.
And when Eli graduates from high school,
Mm-hmm.
I want to start training for a full Ironman. Haven't done a full Ironman yet.
I know people that have, and it is exhausting.
Well, not just that, but the training takes a lot. So
Yeah.
while Eli's still home,
Yeah.
I don't want to be the absent dad that's out running, cycling, or swimming.
I get that. I'm thinking that I just want an uninterrupted nap. That's all
That's
that's
on your bucket
that's
list?
It. Just an uninterrupted nap.
Try it today.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I wig out sometimes trying to figure out, what do you give the people who are in your life that serve you, like the mail carrier
Cash.
and the trash collector.
Cash.
I know, but no, you can't do that to the mail carrier.
That is
They
true.
are not allowed to accept cash. I was just reading up on this. I'm trying to figure out, what do you do? It has to be a gift card worth $20 or less. They cannot. They're not allowed to accept cash.
That
Not the
is
post person.
really good to know.
Yeah.
You can't just hand out 20s.
But you can for the trash collector, which is about $10 to $30
Okay.
for the trash collector.
Is that each? Because there's multiples that ride on a little truck.
I know. There's like 2 in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's a funny fact. Harold and I live in the same neighborhood, but there are 3 different companies that come through that do the trash.
Ours comes in the middle of the night. I can't.
In the middle of the
yes,
night?
I'm not staying up to give him something.
I had no. Well, you leave it on the trash can.
What if they don't see it?
They'll see it.
All right.
You tape it to the top. They'll see that.
I hope so.
Yeah. So will the kids in the neighborhood. So maybe not do that. Maybe not do that. And then there are the teachers and the coaches and stuff like that you have to think about. A lot of parents in some classes get together and do something big. But if they don't do that, it's the gift card to their favorite place or the Apple or whatever.
Yeah. I did hear from a teacher about a week ago, and she said, please, anything but a mug.
For real?
Anything but a mug.
I guess she has a lot of mugs throughout the year.
Multiple teachers, multiple years, mugs. That's what I gave them. Mugs and a little gift card, or mugs and a little candy, or whatever. Apparently, mugs are out. So.
Well, I can see why, because if you get one from multiple students, where you can put the thing,
I don't know.
right?
I don't know, but I was told no more mugs. Gift cards, I feel like you cannot go wrong, even if it's not something you'll use right away. Or maybe teachers, they have that stack of gift cards at the end of Christmas, but you'll use them throughout the year.
Yeah, as long as it's like, it's hard to do a specialty store, I think.
Yeah.
So if you do like a Visa or an Amazon or something like that, at least you can get what you want, or they can get what they want.
That is true. Do you know what I learned this year?
What's that?
You can email gift cards. So you don't even have to go through the process.
That's nice.
You can just, dear teacher, have a Merry Christmas.
And the whole Amazon thing, and send it right to whoever you want to send it
Yeah.
to, which is perfect.
Yes.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Have you ever gotten a puppy on Christmas Day?
No.
Oh, it is the best feeling. And I don't necessarily mean a brand new puppy, but maybe you go to the local shelter and you find the perfect match for your family and you bring him home or her home and they are part of your family. Well, one foster adoption agency for dogs decided that their pups needed a makeover. And so they teamed up with Adore Dog Salon and gave these cute little pups a salon makeover just in time for Christmas so they could be at their best this season so
Oh, that's
families
cool.
could come pick them up.
So they groomed them,
Yes.
and now they're all ready to be adopted.
They are. They're their
nice.
best selves. So sometimes when you find puppies in puppy mills or on the street or, walking along, they're up for adoption and they kind of look kind of scraggly.
Oh,
They're not
yeah.
at their best. And so Adore Dog Salon said, nope, we're going to fix that, and did these dogs up so pretty.
Good
Put
for them.
bows on them, little bandanas on them, gave them baths, everything they needed, and now they're up for adoption, ready to go, and they could not be cuter.
And they got to smell great because of the shampoo.
That's
right?
why. Yes.
There's nothing like a clean dog
Right.
after a nice bath.
Right? So getting a bow on them and going for Christmas morning to a new family's home.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I am so grateful that you're getting involved in helping to build the future of His Radio. It's Rob and Liz in the morning. Harlan in for Liz. This is His Radio. And to hear from the amount of people that are saying, okay, we'll do one of those giving areas that you're talking about, like 1,000 people doing a $500 gift. and 500 people doing a $1,000 gift as we literally build the future of his radio with your year-end giving.
Our goal is $1 million by the end of the year, and that is sneaking up on us pretty quickly. I know it sounds like a lot, but really it's each of us coming together to do our part to build for the future, to continue to change lives for Jesus. That's what it's all about.
We literally, I mean, seriously, ran out of space in the past 40 years, and our technology was getting out of date. And so we're updating it all and literally doing an expansion to the building of his radio. And I do want to say thank you to those who said, okay, we'll do $1,000. Nadine and Josh, Raymond, Ellen, Ty, and Todd and Kathy all did a $1,000 gift, which is wonderful. Van and April, Nancy, Kimberly and Stephen, and David and Heather are doing a $500 gift, so they're helping out. Really, any amount is going to help build the future of his radio because bottom line, it's about sharing the hope of Jesus, and there's 500,000 people that listen to his radio that need that every single week.
I am so excited for what is to come to the ministry of his radio, and I love that you get to be a part of that. You can give your best gift that's tax deductible right now by texting the word future to 800-447-7234.
Go online, hisradio.com. You can give your gift that way. Plus, see the time-lapse video of the building that's going up. Phase 1 has already started. We're in the next phase as we're raising the support. So go ahead and do that online at hisradio.com and even on the My His Radio app.